All right, we're here for a last video from section 2, which is about formulas. And hey, we got this kid that needs his teeth straightened and all that stuff, so his folks, etc. So let's read it together. This is from page 85 at the bottom, and it's a personal loan, and it says, to help pay for his son's orthodontic braces, Peter borrows $4,500 from his sister Sheila. The loan is for 2 years with a simple interest rate of 1.75%. So as you go through these problems, yeah, I found that when I was going through math, something about these numbers, I think, smacks of importance. You know what I'm saying? So we'll remember them. So it goes, part A, which is on the next page, determine the amount of simple interest that Peter will pay for the loan. And part B, when Peter settles the loan at the end of 2 years, how much money in total must he pay Sheila? Okay. Well, no one said anything, but actually at the beginning of this set of problems, they gave us a simple interest formula. Let's write that down. We're supposed to use the simple interest. Interest in this case is business for money that you make on your investment, or what Sheila makes on her investment, giving her brother $4,500. And the formula, although most banks don't use this one, but it says I is equal to PRT. Okay, so $100, no, I'm kidding, 100 whatever Bitcoins, if you can tell the world what each one of these letters represents, because a formula is worthless unless you know what it's all about, Alfie. So let's do that. Let's list what they are all about. I bet you can guess, that's interest. What's it measured in? Money. So Sheila is going to make a little bit extra money because she's loaning money to her brother. Is it her brother? Okay, he borrows from his sister, and she charges interest. I guess that's okay. Yeah, if money's tight, for sure. Never mind. P. I wouldn't charge my brother or sister interest. I'd say pay when you can. Anyway, P is what? Principal. Some of you guys are shifting your seats. I was about, back in the day, you sent to the principal, you're in big trouble. No, this is actually, again, money. It's the money invested. So this is the investment. Invested money, let's say. R, you know it, that's interest rate. And what that is it's a percent, and you can see a percent in our problem. And then finally, T, yeah, is time. And I'll say in years. So when they say it's a simple interest formula, it is simple. It's pretty straightforward. So let's use it now. We'll write it down and we'll say I is equal to PRT. And now we grab those numbers out of the problem. Okay, can you see them? So for our problem, what is the interest? We don't know. In fact, that's the first question. Determine the amount of simple interest that Peter had to pay, will pay for the loan. So we're trying to figure that one out, okay? So let's go down the line. So our equation so far does not change. It's just simply I is equal to, what's the principal? What money was invested? What did Sheila do? Okay, I'll give you this money, but you're going to pay interest on it, right? The money she let him borrow was $4,500. That's her investment. So what we'll do is we'll put that number in. We'll say $4,500 Sheila invested. This is all multiply, by the way. When it says PRT in math, that's not a pretty word. That's P times R times T. If it was plus or minus, you'd see the plus or minus, right? Okay, so we'll say times, and I'm going to use parentheses here, maybe all the way around everybody. R is interest rate. Now, do I go 1.75 there? Common mistake. What do I do instead? When you're dealing with percents, you got to change the pretty percent way they represent it into decimal. So I got to get my eraser out, and I have to change 1.75 into decimal. And that means I'm going to take 1.75% and switch it to 0. I'm going to move this over twice, 0.0175 as a decimal, because percent really is 1.75 per 100. That's what it really means. And so you take your calculator, 1.75 divided by 100, you get 0.0175. If I'm lying, I'm dying. So 0.0175, very common mistake to forget that. You get excited in the heat of battle. And then, of course, T is time, and you can see in the problem 2 years. That's your calculation. So now we whip out old Bessie here, the calculator, and we crunch that number. And when we do, I'll cut to the chase because I already did it. I ends up being 157.5. Sometimes students go, there, I did it. I'm done with math. If you're on the job and they say, if you go to this question and it says, hey man, how much interest did this guy pay? We want you to put a little, tie it up in a bow and say, here's my answer, right? So what we just found is that the interest, here's one of our answers, ready? The interest, that looks weird. The interest paid was 157.5. How about we say $157.50? That's what this guy paid through 2 years on the loan, okay? That makes sense. That's how you answer that. You go to part B and it goes, well, after he settles it, how much in money did he pay total to Sheila? Well, he's paying the loan back, right? Plus he's paying the interest. So what he does, it says how much money in total. So you can write something like total money paid was, well, the way you do it is he definitely paid back the $4,500, but he also paid back in interest $157.50. So if you add that together, here's your answer. You get 46, 57, and 50 cents. So for this loan total for the straightening of the kid's teeth, he paid $4,657.50. You think that's a lot of money? That's how much it is, man. I know, painfully. Anyway, that's enough on this video. I hope this one helps. It's good to make things real. Otherwise, it's just a word problem that makes no sense. These make a lot of sense. All right, we'll see you in the next section.